Alright.
You're joining us again for another podcast session here with Speaking as Maui.
That's the host for today. Maui's the
This
host.
is Maui, I guess. I guess I'm gonna try and do this.
And with him, as always, are Alfred,
And Garth Elgar.
And that's my name for today.
the best co-host as ever.
Grafthar.
Crap.
And passing over the hosting torch to Alex.
No,
No, that's fine.
What did you call me again?
To Garth.
Fuck.
Yeah, Garth.
Fucking
Right.
I
Garth.
kicked the stand.
You kicked this.
Yeah.
What was
Try
it?
not to do that.
What was it we were talking about earlier today? Was it the Game of Thrones thing?
Which one? What Game
Yeah.
of Thrones thing?
Oh, okay, that Leanne, she sent me a picture. She sent me one of Anakin Skywalker,
right.
the Hayden Christensen picture, and it says my hand got cut off, and right underneath it, who was it? It was
Jamie Lannister?
Jamie Lannister, and it says my hand got cut off, and then Luke Skywalker, my hand got cut off, and then Theon Greyjoy just like
I don't think that people can see that expression.
there's like this angry, like very disappointed, like get the camera out of my face expression,
Like, they took my dick face.
Yes, that's
Exactly.
That's exactly what it is.
I don't know how many people can accurately portray that expression. That my
A lot of
dick is
squinting.
gone. Oh my god!
What great joy.
I never really, I don't know. This character just never really appealed to me that much.
What was it?
Yeah,
that
you're
they
not
took
supposed
his
to like
dick
him
for
very much.
again? I never saw the last two
Well,
episodes.
they were torturing him.
Yeah, but
and
I
then,
mean,
and
like
this
at the
torture
end,
takes his dick, and they mail it to his father.
They made it to his father.
Yeah.
But like, is he being tortured by the people in Winterhold? Is that like revealed or like
Yeah, you know exactly who's torturing him. It's the House Bolton.
House Bolton? Okay, Michael
Yeah.
Bolton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the guy torturing him is Ramsay Snow.
No.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
Another-
every bastard born in the north
Gets the
gives
snow.
the last name
Of snow.
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 So he was a bastard born
And it
to
sucks. They get branded a bastard. Like you're like anywhere you go. Oh, your last name's Snow.
you fucked up.
Fucking bastard.
Snow.
Looks like here we got yourself your bastard.
Jon Snow.
Get your bastard ass to the back of the line.
And he goes, okay, thank you.
Yeah,
But-
that guy's a crazy motherfucker.
Yeah, but it's just crazy. If you always have to get yourself to the back of the line, and there's more people behind you, you're just constantly like going to the back.
Until they forget.
Until you get to the snows.
It's oh my god, that's crazy.
The family snows.
No, I don't know why, but I think though Balon Greyjoy seems cool. Theon.
You
Never.
think his dad is cool?
I don't know why, but I guess he's though he is like kind of wretched and like this one. Like I feel like there's more character in him like than in Theon really like
In what way do you mean wretched?
because he's like a grumpy like old man. He never really like the fact that his son got raised by the Starks, you know, and he comes back like pretty much like
But
all
it's
like
his fault.
starked out. It pretty much is, but like I just feel like his father just always seemed like one of those guys where he embraces the old ways, like you know, like he's I don't know if all Greyjoys are supposed to be like him, but like Theon, I just didn't like that at the
I think you
at the drop of a hat, like
yeah,
he just
I know what you're talking about, but I think you might be not confusing it, but you probably just didn't word it right. But
what
he doesn't have a better character. The better character is Theon, like without a doubt. What I think you might be thinking is that he's a more reliable character in what he does and like in his ways,
That he's more
Well-
stoic.
because
well
like,
whether or not like he's reliable or not, I don't know. Like I'm not even thinking about reliability. Like when I was thinking about Balon, I just think that he's just I don't know.
That he's committed.
I guess if I say he's less questionable, would kind of going with the reliability thing. But I feel like I don't know. There's
I don't know.
whether he's if he's an asshole or he's not a good father, whatever. He's just dedicated to what he's doing.
well, just to show you the fact that he's like you're not gonna ask a lot of questions about him. You pretty much know that. You know, he's a stern leader and father figure, you know, and people look up to him and sort of fear him and things like that.
Right.
He's already filled his stereotype position. That's pretty much, he's playing to a stereotype. Theon, you question his actions, and and he has these reasons for betraying them because he wants to keep faithful to, he wants to show his father that, you know, he's
right, he's torn between like the
exactly that he's, you know, a part of them, but he also really cares about the Starks, and he knows he fucked up, and it's like and he knows it now that it's like the worst thing he's ever done.
I know, it's just every time I see that face of his, it's just like.
But that's where his character.
I can't really trust anything that he does. Like, and you're right. Okay, so there is more character in that. But to be honest, like, it's like whether he chooses the Starks now or he chooses like his father. I just at this point, like, I really like.
It's hard to like him.
I figure he's gonna take the Griffith path. You know what I mean? He's got to find some way to redeem his dickless, tortured body, and in a way, I don't know if that would add more or less to his hate towards the Starks.
It doesn't matter. Like, there's hardly any Starks left.
Yeah, no,
at that point, they're like all fucking gone.
They're all pretty much dead. Yeah. It's crazy.
There's only a handful left.
I just wonder why. I mean, it seemed like the story revolved around them more than anything else, but now like the story's getting rid of them. Like, so now it revolves around the two other families instead.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
they were just fodder for like the rest. Like,
pretty much, like they kind of were the important character figures for the first, I guess, few parts of that story, and now they're just being killed off to the point where there's no more important Stark characters left. And you know, what do you do?
Like, there's still a ton of Stark characters left, and all of them are super important.
Yeah, I know that for
the ones that are left are really important.
I know for the fact the book introduces a lot of characters, but the show only introduced, like, you know, on a handful.
But one of the most important characters isn't even a Stark by name.
Maybe.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, exactly. Jon Snow, he's still, you know, got some kind of Stark blood in him. No one really knows.
So then you don't know the future, do you?
No.
Spoiler.
Yeah, it's hard to tell what's gonna happen in that shit, but it's still one of the most important characters is Jon Snow, and he's maybe like the most important.
I thought it would have been, at least for the Starks, it would have been the eldest son, Robb, and then Jon Snow would have been the important rogue character in the story, kind of thing. You know, no name to himself, so makes a name for himself. Probably, you know, gets rid of his last name by like becoming like a super badass. Thought that that's what they would do with him. And the people that would take a backseat would be the Lion family.
The Lannisters.
Lannisters. Yeah, Lannisters would probably have taken a backseat, and the Greyjoys would have probably been something that would come back to, but I guess not. Even with Stannis, it was like, you know, you thought that he would do something, I guess, super important, but it just became like this whole weird fire god thing, and that's where it seems like it's going.
I mean, he did do something pretty fucking important. It was that battle
that he lost.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it wasn't important.
Yeah, you know,
because he fucked everybody up.
He did, and pretty crazy.
And he's still
too.
good.
It's just that it seems like that's it. Like after that, like there's like no follow up to it. Like, or it was just like they came back to him the next season, just kind of like halfway through the season, like towards the end, and he just came out for like just a little bit, and he was just like, oh, blah blah blah, oh, blah blah, I'm fucking crazy. That's it.
Yeah, something like that.
So I guess I'm starting to get a little bit more respect for Jaime since they've gotten into his character a little more. Like they don't really go too deep into it like in the other seasons. You just know that he's like this badass swords fighter or whatever. But I guess
has sex with his sister
after he gets his hand cut off, I guess, and you feel like, you know, he feels like something's been taken away from him, like, and you start to find out more about how he felt about certain situations or certain things from his perspective, like, you know, like the way he thinks that like people feel about him, like the way he feels like when people call him Kingslayer and things like that. So I don't know. I feel like in that regard, like I'm getting a little more respect for his character.
You would have to. I mean, the way they introduced the fact that he did everything to protect his people, even to slay a king, but he still wants to just go back so that he can have sex with his sister.
Sort of.
Yeah.
But like I know things that happen later on, so I can't say too much.
You can say a little. The books have been around.
He changes his mind.
He goes, no.
He's become like a lot of characters go through like
metamorphosis.
Yeah, they go through a lot of changes, and people that you hated, you end up liking them, just like Jamie.
And people that you liked, they ended up dying.
So I'm gonna hate Jon Snow. That's so bitch.
Jon Snow seems like a stand-up dude.
Like a stand-up comedian.
He's always good.
Good at it. I was watching that Berserk OVA. Jeffrey had linked me to that virus-filled website.
Yeah. I like that one.
Did you end up seeing the second part or no?
I don't even know if I finished the first one.
It ends right.
How does the first one end?
It ends right at the point of the anime where Griffith asks Guts to assassinate that guy, and he ends up killing him and his kid in the castle. It was when...
Is that after they fight
yes.
Zod and all that stuff?
Zod.
Yeah, because I saw that, and I saw a little bit after. I can't remember too much.
Yeah, and it was to the point where they... in the anime, it was actually closer to the end. This is... In the anime, they did it a little faster than they're doing it in the movie, that's for sure. Because at that point is when Griffith meets the girl, and then he tries to sleep with her and stuff like that. But they're building up to that.
Mm-hmm.
And...
This isn't part of the original, like...
it's the anime series made into 3 movies.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. And the movies are doing really, really well. They use a lot of... it's actually animated in 3D. And it's still very much an anime because they use like the 2D, I guess, drawings on top of a 3D figure. But it lends to this really well done like cinematic because they'll show a fight scene and they'll show you like a 3D perspective of the fight scene instead of just like a 2D animation.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Awesome.
Yeah, it comes out really cool.
Yeah, it actually blends really damn well. And it's pretty awesome. I'm excited to go watch part 2 just to see how they do it there. But yeah, it ends... part 1 ends pretty much at that point where they were at this fox chasing thing and the uncle tried to kill Griffith with a poison arrow, but he got saved by the basilisk or whatever it is.
The Bailiff.
The Bailiff. Yeah, there you go. And,
the basilisk, he just got it right there around his neck.
Turning people to stone. Yeah, and you know, he obviously knows who it is, so he asks Guts to kill him. And Guts ends up killing him, but then it does that thing where someone's walking into the room, they don't show you who, and Guts does a badass swordsman twist and stabs the kid right through the heart, and that's when he realized he made a boo-boo. And
he just decided to keep the kid on the sword.
Yeah, and it ends pretty much when Griffith is explaining to the girl what it means to have dreams and stuff like that, and when Guts, I guess, like he got fucked up from like the guards and fighting the guards and killing them, like he's all mentally fucked up, and then Griffith says like a super fucked up thing at the end. He was like, I don't have any friends or this and that Guts to him was like, yeah, he
uses everybody to get to what his end.
Right, that he didn't have any friends, that they would have to. He explained that friends stand at equal ground and he has no one that he stands equally with, and Guts overhears that, and that's how it ends.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But later on, you remember, like they kind of have that duel again, and Guts beats him.
Yeah.
And I don't know. They'll probably do it in the second movie.
Yeah, that's exactly. I think how the second movie is supposed to end. It might lead to that. Which is pretty crazy.
It's after that where he kind of makes like a lot of like rash decisions and gets caught, and they torture him and make him a fucking skeleton, dude.
So these movies are like they're being released like.
Well, they're already released in Japan.
Yeah, they're already released in Japan.
We're not gonna get them over here. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, well, I'll have to check them out online.
Like subtitle and shit.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're worth watching. It's pretty interesting stuff.
I love the anime. So
how long are these movies?
They're an hour and a half each, or an hour 10 minutes each, depending.
Okay.
Yeah. So not so bad. But
it's like the anime condensed,
Yeah, I just
refined.
It's like I was saying before. I just really wish that they would like. I had hoped that the second movie would
wrap all that shit up.
Wrap it all up, and then the third movie would be about him being like hunted by all the demons, because the anime led up to that, the movies led up to that, and the manga is the actual, I guess, story of Berserk where it's him being hunted by demons. I mean, even the first manga episode is nothing of the past. Like they don't even talk about it. It's just him being hunted by the demons at all times and stuff like that.
You know what it is that the better story is the origin.
The origin story.
Origin stories are always so much better and more emotional, and you see the tie. Like, but once he's a hardened motherfucker and off fighting super insane demons and shit, he's just tortured and just gonna fuck shit up, and there's not a lot of.
He's so gruff. He drinks black coffee and whiskey in the same cup.
He drinks blood.
They make it seem like he can never get like a sound night's sleep. Like he's always being
pretty much what it is. Yeah, I mean,
if he sleeps, it's by accident.
Yeah, because I remember like he was asleep in the forest and he hears the noises and he wakes up and he grabs his sword.
Yeah, and this thing is bleeding, constantly bleeding.
He's got that mark, and he's got his girlfriend who's mindless and a fairy.
Yeah.
And they show like in the the movies have like a small little intro thing that they kind of like show a montage of like things that are supposed to come, and they show like the fairy guy, and they show like a few characters that showed up on the manga, but I don't think they're ever gonna get any airtime.
No. It's gonna end right there, the same thing. The skeleton knight dude. Well, they might show him.
Maybe, yeah, because they never showed it in the anime. He just went blind berserk, and then
you don't know how he got out of there.
Yeah,
it's because the skeleton knight came and saved him.
He comes out and he's like, "I'm a skeleton dude."
Tells him a couple things. He gives him a cheat code. Tell him to get the fuck out of here.
Down, down.
The GTA 3 one.
I forget who was that had the game on Dreamcast.
I had it for a little bit.
You had it for a little bit. But then there was another one that came out.
The one for PS2.
Which didn't come out here, right?
But someone modded it, right?
You modded it. You modded your PS2 and you had like...
and I had it for a bit.
I still remember the trailer for that.
It's still one of the best fucking trailers that exists. Man.
Yeah, I remember like all the crazy like attack combinations you can do and the beheadings and...
Yeah, and climbing up somebody with that giant sword and just bringing it down like straight into their chest. Because it's like he's swinging a skyscraper, just brings it down like he's bringing down, the fucking World Trade Center.
Jesus Christ, man.
That was a beautiful analogy.
I know. I've been saving it.
I keep kicking this microphone, man.
I know, it's hard not to. I have gum and I have nowhere to put it. Like I just want to put it around the mic.
And now you eat mic germs.
Yeah. I don't care, man. You guys forget that the human body is used to eating. It's only a new idea of eating clean food.
Yeah.
Our bodies.
Recent.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a recent phenomenon. But our bodies are built to handle a lot of shit and disease and everything on our food.
Yeah, I mean,
real dirty fucking food with soil.
Wasn't like the appendix for that shit? The appendix was mostly for soils and rocks and stuff.
All sorts of stupid shit.
It's crazy, yeah.
It's insane, man. All this contamination.
Yeah, it's a new trend. Clean food. Clean, disease-free, like non-rotting
the farmer's market.
Yeah.
My plums.
Fresh plums.
Hey, can I trade you my Twinkie for my plums? No, these are my plums.
Speedo Chicos is that stupid protein video. The thing is so quotable, man. It's just so stupid, man. They're like... Just a conversation's going on, and some guy goes, "Bro, what are you talking about? You put your dick in your hand and up, up, down, down." And then some other guy's like, "You suck at cheat codes."
The thing is, it's up, up, down, down. It's like, okay, it's not working. Well, did you put your dick in your hand? This is the start of the cheat code. You gotta put your dick in your hand.
You gotta remember, this is key. You put your dick right in your hand.
The game will know if you're lying. You can't fool the game.
It's not gonna work if you don't have it there.
I remember like all those stupid like twisted metal cheats. Okay, you hold all 4 shoulder buttons. It's like fuck. Like,
up, down, down,
and then up, down, down, left, right, right triangle start. Some stupid ass.
And hope that grasshopper doesn't jump into you and kill you.
And that's just how you unlock Minion. Now for Minions special.
Nah, man. The whole fucking grasshopper, the tornado was the best because you kill yourself.
That's a fucking idiot. That was a stupid ass move.
The only useful attack that guy had, the Twister, was like in the New York rooftops, using your Twister to pull in like 5 or 6 cars and then just go off the fucking rooftop.
That's exactly what you want to do.
I remember trying to play that game legitimately with that character. It was the hardest time I ever had. It's just
without cheating, it's super tough.
You pick up at least 2 cars, they blow you up just by crashing into you.
She's the fastest car, like you can pick.
Mr. Grimm, I thought was the fastest.
She has one little circle just because she's like a Formula One racing car, but she was super
that skull
fast.
doesn't get a lot of aerodynamics.
The coolest thing to do is like if you're being chased, always toss it back.
Yeah, I always love doing that.
But for the most part, like Twister was so weak that if she was ever out on the map, 2 skulls will kill her. I'll never forget it. 2 of Mr. Grimm's fast. Oh, it's Twister. Boom, pa! That's it. Gone out of the tournament. Who's the next one?
Boom, pa.
Yeah, Grasshopper was just, it was 2 skulls and just a little bit of like little like machine guns.
Some light machine gun.
That's it, yeah. That's it. And you just pick at it.
I love playing as Mr. Slam in the Eiffel
Is he
Tower.
the like
yeah, the
whatever the
bulldozer.
construction thing?
And I loved it in the Eiffel Tower stage because you pick them up and you would take it on the second floor and you would just do your special with someone and you would break the Eiffel Tower
Yeah.
as you killed someone. It was fucking awesome.
And then they took him out into System 3. They put Augur, another construction car with a big drill.
Oh, yeah, with the drill. That's right. Piece of shit.
For some reason, I always like playing as Thumper in System 2.
Or the flamethrower
Yeah,
thing.
Thumper was the fucking
you
best.
would freeze them and then you just thaw them out with that.
That fire was disgusting. You just stay on them for like 3 seconds and
No,
everybody.
yeah, it was almost an instant kill.
Yeah.
I remember that shit, yeah.
And then in System 3, they changed it to base. That he hits you with base.
Of course, because he's black.
Oh, that sucks.
It's boom, 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 boom.
They gave him his innate elemental ability, which is fucking base.
Everyone knows it. It's Earth, Wind, Fire.
And didn't he also get hydraulics or something like that?
Of course.
Yeah.
Because anything that was black.
And I forgot what it was. One of the nastiest cheats I ever did in System 2 was the homing napalm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Because before you would just catapult straight, but when you do the homing napalm,
I
And
love that.
napalm was a shit.
I love that second level because you time the turbo correctly and you jump out of the stage.
and which one?
It was the one where it's kind of like a highway with like a gasoline station and a power station, and it was a huge fence that would encircle the entire stage. But towards one of the edges of the fence, there was kind of like a ramp that goes up like this, and like you would hit the turbo super hard at the ramp, and you would go over the fence, and you would be outside the stage, so you could shoot people from outside.
I think that was the Moscow stage.
No, not the Moscow stage.
Are you talking about Twisted Metal 2?
Yeah.
Because the second stage was always Moscow.
Yeah, it was.
Was it really always Moscow?
Yeah. The first one was.
Yeah, but
I think maybe the first one you're thinking of is that one.
Oh, okay.
The very first stage.
The very first stage. Okay, yeah.
Because I do remember like fences and stupid shit.
I remember Moscow being the one with the really big hole.
Yeah, it's like
and
the bridges they go up.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the bridges that go up like
and
that.
you would blow up like
yeah.
Moscow in the background if you shot the JPEG.
Yeah.
JPEG. I forgot that game was cool because all the little Easter eggs. You can burn a banner and it tells you how to unlock Sweet Tooth. You can fall down the New York building and some of the lighting on the floor will reveal how you unlock Minion or like
that's right.
a Jet Moto stage or something retarded.
I remember that Jet Moto stage. Were they the same people that made Jet Moto?
Yeah.
I think so, actually. And I remember in that stage, you just always on water. They had the most hillbilly song, like rockabilly, like.
And both
and they had the Mountain Dew.
That game did not age well. You know, like the concept of vehicle combat.
But it's
go well.
still something that
they still keep trying.
Yeah, they still.
But I feel like maybe Twisted Metal 2 has like good replay value. Like if I were to play it right now,
that's the one I prefer to play.
It would be
but
fun.
you would be playing it through nostalgia. Like,
right.
Someone new coming back to that would be like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
Yeah.
I think that.
And I never played 4 or Black.
I played Black. I didn't give a fuck about it. They didn't have Thumper with bass.
I think that the latest one got good reviews. I think
is it that one's super like fun. The GTA one where you pick teams and you can get into a car?
Yeah, like you have like you're not like a specific racer anymore. You're a gang. You're part of a gang or a specific gang, and they have their leader, and their leader is whoever was that main character. But I think that for the most part, the game looked pretty legit. Like I would watch some gameplay videos on it, and you would get cars. I don't think you had like a specific car, and there was like this one car that was kind of like the Minion tank, but it had like these crazy turrets. So people would just like be amassed on the turrets and just be shooting everybody and like driving into everywhere. Just
it sounds cool. It's just maybe it's because there weren't a lot of games around at the time, and Twisted Metal 2 was a good one when everything else maybe around it was shit. But now there's a lot of good games.
Like Vigilante.
Vigilante was a fun game. Yeah. I remember that. I used to play as a school bus all the time, just getting smogged everywhere.
One thing I remember going back to Twisted Metal, now that I remember, was I remember playing part 2 and wanting to play part 1 afterwards. So my friend let me borrow part 1, and I remember that they changed a lot of things. Like, for instance, like I'm pretty sure Buggy got upgraded to Grasshopper.
Yeah.
And you couldn't pick up, like in Tsushima 2, you can see the little meta kits like that. If you want to get your health back, in that one you had to dock. In part 1, you had to dock on certain little like areas that had like a little recharge.
You gotta get a good parking space.
Pretty much, it was a little parking space, and if you were just a little bit off, you would just go right over. You had to be perfect.
Yeah, it was the safe zone.
And you have to kind of like be perfect in there and make sure that the guy at number 1 didn't know where the hell you were because he was gonna blast you.
But that reminds me of this game on the Ouya, that little Android system.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's a game, I forget what it's called, but pretty much it looks like shit. Like the graphics for it are kind of shitty, but the concept is you're in this parking lot and you have to park. You get a car and you have to try and park it, but none of them have brakes, so you kind of have to go real slow. But it's awesome because it's like you just keep going.
What's the name of this game?
And then you bring another one, and then they're all eventually they're all just crashing into each other. It's fucking hilarious.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it is awesome. I've seen gameplay for it. It's funny as fuck.
Such an awesome concept.
Great concept, man.
It's super simple, but it's no brakes. Just so you're always missing it and hitting all the other cars.
That is awesome, man. Damn.
What was the name of that game?
Fuck, man. It's one of the top things. So I think if you look up like top Ouya games,
is it already out? Like it's launched to the public?
I think so.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Maybe it's on Android. Is it
Yeah, it would pop.
maybe
I think those things might be exclusives to Ouya.
Oh, okay.
But I know that the Ouya is off the Android development.
Technically
system.
Those things could be. You know, you can get them on.
They could probably
things,
get them across any platform that's Android specific.
But they probably don't.
Yeah, they probably want to keep it Ouya exclusive to
Right.
They don't have a lot. They don't have a lot of like good exclusive stuff yet. Like it's too bad.
But I feel like it's good that they tried that and they attempted that because I know that they got funded, so it's not a failure.
Yeah.
They don't need to sell anything because they met the, I guess,
the goal, right?
Yeah, which would have been like, we got funded for this amount of Ouyas, and any extra people could just place orders and we'll make them. And so it's definitely not a failure because they're not.
And it's only like $100, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
99 something, right?
99.
Damn.
Yeah. And I mean, so I can only see like a potential. Like they could probably even go back to Kickstarter and be like, "Hey, we want to make a better Ouya or something like that."
Well,
like
what they're doing now is that they're starting up another Kickstarter, I think, to get money. It's almost like to put money to pay developers to make games for it. Yeah.
Oh wow.
To give them an incentive
to
make
sure. Party kind of like.
Exactly. So that then there's real reason to go and check it out instead of just checking out all these shitty fucking games that are on there.
That's pretty smart.
Yeah.
And
like that Final Fantasy movie.
I don't know why people are scared, man. I don't know why people are scared of that shit. One of the reasons I was reading that and
Maui still hasn't seen the trailer or anything for it.
No, but Alfred gave me a rundown of what to expect.
I thought you meant Spirits Within.
Oh no! I'm talking about
You're talking about the
fan,
web series.
Yeah, the fan web series thing.
There's a
difference. I heard you saying positive things from the get go. I'm like, I don't know.
No.
Talking about the same thing?
I'm talking about Spirits Within.
Yeah.
Spirits Within.
Advent Children, they're okay. Like they're good, but like from the stuff that you were telling me about the
wow, you just
that
gotta,
web series?
you gotta see these things.
You do have to see it. You should probably look it up on your phone or something.
You should
get
be
a chance.
more interactive with us when we post these videos.
But damn, man, it does sound like the goofy factor like in that would definitely already take away so much from the enjoyment for me.
It's funny because like one of the first things that I picked up on was they're showing the scene in where Cloud is supposed to fall into the church, the flower bed, but it's Ares. She hears like a clunker or whatever, like something falls onto the floor. She's like, something's outside. Walks outside.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's Barrett and Tifa, who clearly are not supposed to be there in the first place already.
Not only that, there's a wanted poster for like, if you see it, there's a wanted poster posted on that church for some reason.
Okay.
I thought it was abandoned. I thought no one gave a fuck about those things. Why would you? I didn't see any wanted posters in the entire game either. One of the funniest things about it though is that for Cloud's picture, there's like some drawn like weird, like everybody else has like I guess like game art or something on there, but for Cloud it has like this real shitty like chibi like fan drawing of him, like in the spot there.
It was probably like he promised his girlfriend, no, baby, I'll put it up. Don't worry about it. It was a cute picture.
It just seems weird to me. Did Shinra say, we know how these guys look like? First of all, I guess we got their IDs and everything from whatever. But let's put it out to the bounty hunters. That litter the world of Final Fantasy VII to catch these guys.
The thing is, it was so fast though. It's like we know that these guys, as Shinra, we know these guys are bad guys in the span of the 5 minutes you've been playing this game.
Yeah,
and
it's like the terrorists. I know it was Cloud. I know it was Barrett, and I think it was Red 13 on there too for some reason. You're not supposed to know about him yet. Oh my God. But we want him.
At this point of the game, he's not introduced, and I promise you, he's a bad guy. No, but even still, like just that whole thing, and it's Barrett and Tifa that pass by, but they don't show them. They just show like the gun arm and Tifa like cut in the arm.
Man, that gun.
But they're
arm
not even supposed to be there. They're supposed to watch Cloud fall, but they beat him to it. Why did they?
Like in the scene where Cloud's falling, they're already looking at him falling.
They're just running like super
landing,
fast, like.
Like they're watching it like from the bottom. Just he's falling.
Because Tifa goes, oh, I believe, and Barrett pulls her back, and then bungee cords all the way down.
No, I believe that's the only church, right?
Yeah, the only church in
the only church represented.
Damn, man! So somebody wanted to pay
like
respect.
The Temple of the Ancients a place of worship or something.
Well, no, in Midgar specifically, that's the only represented church.
That's the only real city in the entire game.
Yeah, well,
except Junon, but that's like. Everything is like a military installation / city.
I thought that Gold Saucer was a city in itself.
Yeah,
kind
Gold
of.
Saucer, Costa del Sol.
It's got a hotel.
Surrounded by quicksand.
Surrounded by assholes.
Actually, yeah.
What about that town that Marlene is in, that they leave Barrett's daughter?
Coral, I think it was, right?
No. The one that they leave her in. It's the first town you visit when you get out of Midgar.
Oh, it's something with an H. It's like...
I forget what it was called. But I know which one it is.
It's like Hyman. Pretty sure it's Hyman. Yeah.
Nibelheim.
Yeah.
But no, I know exactly what place you're talking about.
Yeah, because they show her.
She stays in the room credits. right next to where you get Vincent's Peacemaker.
Really?
if I remember correctly, I think so. I just don't think it's safe to keep a girl next to a dangerous weapon.
To the death blow.
But what was I gonna say? But that sucks. That's like the only church. Maybe people just don't have as much faith as they used to.
Well, yeah, that's what you figure, But they don't really make a point of it.
Right.
That's why that game is like kind of like disorganized, or the translation is fucked up.
You never see people sitting on the church, like on the church things.
No,
like
church.
On Dragon Quest 9, whenever you go to the church to save the game, there's always people sitting down or something.
Yeah.
But the real question is...
That church was important. You gave a fuck about it.
The real... Yeah, well, it seemed like a central part of the game, yeah.
For your fucking save.
Yeah. But the real question is...
Breath of Fire was like that too. There's like a weird like dragon temple thing that you save there. You have to pray and you save there.
I forget what game was it that you go into... I think it might have been one of the Breath of Fire games. I don't remember, but you go into... You go into like a little tent or a temple, and it's a dragon statue, and you can talk to it, or they talk to the spirit of the dragon, and it just pretty much says, tell me your story.
Yeah. It's Breath of Fire.
Okay. So the real question is that you two admit that you like Final Fantasy VII, that it was a fun game.
It was a good game.
Yeah.
You probably beaten it a few times over. So why hasn't there been another modern RPG to do the same thing?
Well, it all depends on taste. Some people, they really fell in love with Final Fantasy VII, and that once you get that one thing, you lord that above everything else, because there's games that I've played the living shit out of, and I like them a lot better than Final Fantasy VII. Like, I had more fun in them.
Right.
Like,
but RPG wise,
yeah.
Like,
he loves what was that called? That Front Mission 3.
Yeah, I do love Front Mission, but if you were to play Breath of Fire 3, that game is fucking ridiculously awesome. It's really long and really awesome.
Is that on SNES?
No, that one was on
PlayStation.
The original PlayStation.
That's right. 3 and 4 came out on PlayStation. Because I think the one I played was 2. I think that one was on Super Nintendo.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yes, I remember the front cover.
Yeah, but 3 is awesome. Lots of detail to it. It's really
3,
cool.
I rented one. Was 3 the one where it's kind of like you're in a desert city and like you're looking like something like your vehicle falls apart or something?
4.
Yeah,
Part 4.
Yeah.
And you go and you have the drinking contest with some guy, or you have to get him drunk in order to talk or something.
Did you ever play Legend of Dragoon?
Yeah, I did. I didn't like it though.
You didn't like it? I thought it was such an awesome game.
You know what? Like I didn't like it because some friend of mine at the time or something liked it and saying, "Oh man, you gotta check it out." I'm like, and I was pretty much just saying, "Oh no, it was at the time where Final Fantasy 7 had come out." I'm like, "No, it's just trying to be Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, it's just
you're stupid. Can't be two of them. There's no room.
Ain't no room for none of this."
Yeah, but I did go ahead and play it like way later, but that's already when it's made at a time where like
if you hadn't played at the time, then you don't have the nostalgia to go
exactly.
back to it. Yeah.
I didn't know it's as if I went and played Final Fantasy 7 only now, knowing what I know now, that I could see that it's badly like written and made and things like that. That's how I saw Legend of Dragoon. So I'm like, oh, this thing's written like shit. I'm not even gonna. It's asking me to switch to the next disc. It's not gonna happen. And I didn't.
Well, what company was it that made Legend of Dragoon?
Sony, right?
No, Squaresoft?
Nope. It was a Sony
first party.
I had a feeling, because
no kidding.
I made the same mistake too, thinking it was a Squaresoft game, but
I thought it was Squaresoft.
I think Jeffrey was the one that told me, because I know Jeffrey loves that.
Yeah,
he
loves
that game was actually fucking awesome, man.
It's cool. The combo things were cool.
Man,
and stuff. I don't care about the fucking. Well, I'm telling you again, it's like I played it at the bad time, but I didn't give a fuck about anything. In that game.
The spear guy's combos were the best in that game, man. The spear guy would just do like all these crazy fucking spins, and he was basically
Sid.
No.
Like Kane or something.
Technically, but more so like in Dynasty Warriors, like the dragon guy. You know how like he stabs the ground.
Machao.
Machao. He spins around and he does all sorts of crazy acrobatic stuff. That was his character. So I remember always having him in my party, even to the point in the story where they kill him. And then, like, I think his brother or his father takes over for him, and he has the exact same moves.
Damn, man. What is it? What was it that I was playing? It's probably going to be a spoiler for you or something.
No, I don't. But why am I going to give a fuck for it?
Okay, well, in something... you've probably been noticing in The Last Remnant, like, that chick, and you keep finding, like, someone who looks exactly like her in town.
Yeah.
Okay, well, she ends up dying, and then she gets replaced with... Like apparently that's like your sister or something. It's like has the same moves, everything.
Oh my God!
And it's exactly what happened like in Beerfest. You remember?
They replaced him with his cousin.
Yeah, with his brother. It's like, and if you could just call me, by my brother's name.
That's right.
Exactly. Like, it'll make so we don't have that weird awkward phase where we're still getting to know each other.
It just completely replaced him.
Exactly, yeah, for no fucking reason.
I just feel like in a movie it's a lot more awkward than I guess like in a game. In a game, I guess you might be more accepting. Well, she has the same moves. She has the same look. All right, cool. All right, but in a movie it's mind. Like, it's like, what do you? Okay, you want us to do what? Like,
that was the best.
Because you have to explain
movie,
it like in the movie.
That shit was the best, and he had the redneck accent. That's the only thing that made him different.
Shit, I fucking love that movie. Those guys have a really cool podcast too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The Broken Lizard guys?
Oh, it's just two of them.
Farva?
Yeah. Farva and...
Landfill?
Huh?
Landfill?
Same thing. And this guy, Penelope.
Oh, Penelope. I know what you're talking about.
Both those guys are cool as fuck.
That was the party police or whatever when he was fucking in that movie Club Dread.
Okay.
And he was dressed as an officer, and he was I can't even.
Oh, he's the Hispanic guy in that one,
Yeah. Fuck, man, I'm trying to remember exactly what he said, but I can't remember. Like I had to get this with my tongue, and it went away. Forgot it.
Man, but it's crazy how they do things like that in games. It's just like they'll kill off a character, they just replace it with someone with the same moves.
Not with Ares.
Oh, they killed her.
Oh.
Remember, did you guys ever see the video that I sent? How Final Fantasy VII was supposed to be, like the concepts behind it and stuff like that, like the way the battle looked completely different.
What was the name of the detective?
Oh, it was a badass. What is it? It was something Joe.
Hard boiled
Joe. Yeah.
Oh my God!
But that's the thing. I saw that thing and I'm like, that's not fair because obviously that's like a placeholder name.
Yeah, of course.
No one,
look, I'm really committed to this name. Like I got merchandise.
But
that was just like pulling out like whatever they can from like the idea.
But
exactly, they were sitting down talking to each other.
Right,
like, yeah, man.
But in the video, like they were saying,
hard oil Joe, whatever. Hard oil Joe.
In the video, they were saying how Aerith was gonna have this huge role in it. How he was gonna be the love interest. She was going to be the love interest, and how she pretty much was going to be like the like the girl constantly always surrounding Cloud. But then they introduced Tifa into this, and then like we have two girls now, and she's
I thought it was Tifa first, and
Cloud,
they introduced Ares.
Cloud's childhood friend. Well, like if we're gonna have Tifa here also, then if it makes more sense for Tifa, what are you gonna do with Aerith? And then like he was saying that Nomura says something like, "Oh, well, we'll just kill Aerith," like and very laughingly, like jokingly, and that's what they ended up doing or whatever.
They committed to it.
Yeah, they did.
I saw another video that had like I think it was like 100 things that you didn't know about Final Fantasy VII, but it's all like a lot of weird technical shit. Like if you were to if you did certain things, you can't beat the game. Like or like if you do certain things, you can never get back to your airship. Like it's weird shit like that.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I would like to see
like
this.
You can lose your airship, or if you you can lose. You have to get something with the airship, land it somewhere, get the gold chocobo, run somewhere, set the chocobo free, get rid of all your chocobos, like let them loose, and then sell your chocobo lure materia. You can never get that shit back. You can never get back to the airship.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
And there's a lot of weird battle things. Like also there's one with Ruby weapon. If you fight it and it does like a certain move like twice, or no, if you kill one of the fingers on its hand twice, because it regenerates the fingers. If you do it, you can't beat that battle.
You cannot beat that battle?
It can never end.
Really?
Yeah.
Like he has.
I think you can't win it. Is what it is, or I don't know if you can lose, but you can't win it no matter what. Oh, it's impossible.
Ruby weapon.
Yeah.
Ruby weapon had
It was the big red one.
The big red. I remember the moment you go in, it just puts the two fingers.
Right? That's what I'm talking about.
Oh damn,
if you
man!
kill both of them, then you can't. Kill him whatsoever.
Yeah, then you can't beat him.
Wow, man,
it's weird shit.
I know. I saw this guy, which is crazy, because you're not supposed to kill chocobos, or you can't really kill them. This guy, the moment he finds a chocobo, he does a Knights of the Round on it. But I think he does it like Quadra Magic status, so he's doing it like 4 times in a row or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the chocobo doesn't die, and the chocobo just gets pissed, and he hits all your guys for like 9,199, and he just kills the guy.
Oh my god! One of the best fucking things is you know how you do that like overspill thing, or whatever, the overflow damage, and the numbers get all scrambled. Yeah. Well, if you do that, and in a certain way, I think if you if you do it while having to someone who's undead or something weird, like some weird condition, if you do it, you just automatically die. It just kills you instantly. Just bam, you're fucking dead.
Really?
Yeah. That character, he hit for super fucking damage, you're dead. That's it. Doesn't even fucking matter.
And it has to be one of those characters that you hit and gain HP for it.
It's actually there's a few different times where it can happen. Like there's
man.
Yeah. So if you could do that, and apparently any character can do it. Any character can do the overfill thing.
I thought that it was only very particular because I thought it was only technically Vincent and Barrett because some people their stats depend on certain things. Like I know Cloud is HP based, so his HP only goes up to 9,109, so it's already capped. And I know Yuffie's is based off of the command materia.
But maybe you can break his cap with like that whole materia system was the thing that broke it. That's like
is the only thing that I'm not sure because I only saw the video once, and according to the guy that I saw it was only really based off of 2 characters. One was Barrett because he overspills it because of the insane amount of AP that you give him. So you put a bunch of summon AP on him, as much as like that he can possibly accumulate.
Yeah, you do the
and that's what breaks it.
Mastered summons.
Vincent just breaks it because of his final weapon, the
death penalty.
The death penalty.
He breaks it automatically.
But you have to kill an insane amount of people. He actually had like just a 20-minute video of how he did it, and in this one particular area, right after that endless forest or whatever. That you need the lunar, right in that place where Aerith dies. Yeah. Well, right outside there's like these guys that constantly pop out. They usually come out in groups of 5 or 6 or something. And he had Vincent with sneak attack, which it says Vincent caught the enemy party by surprise, and he just goes in and he has sneak attack linked with /awe. So
so always just wiping them all off that.
Kills them all, And no, wait, he had it.
It's two things that he had junction to him. It was the sneak attack one, and preemptive attack. So when the battle starts, it says Vincent was surprised by the enemy.
No, he didn't have the preemptive one though. It was the sneak attack. Now I remember, it was sneak attack, and the one that turns them all into items. He would go in.
Morph.
Yeah, he would go in. He would shoot them all. Like he had it so he can multi-shoot all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember because at the end of the battle, it'll say, "Oh, he turned this into that, turned this into this," and he was just getting a bunch of all these random items.
Yeah, one of the 100 things is that it tells you actually every single character can do the overflow thing.
Oh damn!
Yeah, but like if you see that thing, it's people who have actually like hacked with the game, so they know all the numbers and everything. Like
right.
Everybody's called something different. Like all their names are like scrolling like colors and things like that. They name red like Ruby Weapon some stupid fucking name. Like,
Bill.
Damn, but is it all access through the material? Like everyone just
yeah, it seems like that's how you can break the game the most. It's all through that material.
No, the hacking thing. They did it on their own shit, but they're just seeing they're like messing with things, and they notice like these things that happen.
Damn, that's pretty.
But it's
crazy,
but they only talk about the natural things.
Yeah.
A lot of it's insane, man.
I remember in Final Fantasy VI there was that glitch that you can lose your airship like forever, which sucks. Which I never really wanted to do it. It's so convenient.
I would never.
But damn, man, I didn't know those glitches even existed.
That's a really long video. It's like an hour long or something. I ended up just
the one that I ended up seeing with Vincent was the preemptive attack and the sneak attack. So it would start with him, and he would just say like really fast, like, "Oh, he was surprised by the enemy party." And then he shoots everyone and kills them, and then that's it, battle's over. And it was him, and he would just like keep pretty much going and going and going, and it's just like 5-6 people all the time, just like enemy shows up.
or those people that are really good at math, where they'll fight Ruby Weapon like with I think is it one guy two guys dead on your team, I think it is, and
with Cloud, right, with the revive Knights of the Round.
They'll do it like they go into Ruby Weapon with 2 dead guys in the team. The fingers go underneath the guy. He makes sure that he's in full HP. He gets hit with something, puts an X potion on him. It adds up to 7,777. Like they'll have like that number already set up. They're like, okay, this guy always hits me for this amount, and if I just add in an X potion, I'll be perfectly at 7,077 or some shit. Or use an X potion and then a potion or something, and then he gets lucky sevens.
What's funny is that they
sevens wild or whatever it is.
Yeah, lucky seven. They show that it's impossible to get lucky sevens on the very 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 final like 1-on-1 battle with Cloud and Sephiroth. It's impossible to get lucky sevens if it.
Impossible.
Yeah, you could have it and you could attack it and nothing's gonna happen. It just won't activate.
It won't activate.
Oh, man.
Yeah, like they did all these things where it would be kind of impossible to have that HP like at that time. But they simulate it, by hacking and giving you that amount.
Right, giving a specific amount.
But nothing happened. Or they'll have it. They'll try and like do a bunch of weird shit, and they cover that fight like a million fucking times.
Damn, man.
One funny thing is in the cinematic where Sephiroth kills Ares. When you see him in the air, he's not wearing gloves.
No, yeah, I saw that one too.
That or maybe that was in the video you showed.
And when he pulls it out, they show him taking out those.
He's wearing gloves. Those are hard to animate.
No, costs a lot of money.
Yeah, man, you gotta save money where you can, man. They ain't gonna be noticing that.
It's just funny to think like
or the Cloud sinks.
Like they have to have 2 different takes, and Sephiroth forgot to put the gloves back on.
It's a movie, man.
Yeah.
Or just that infamous scene where Aerith sinks, but Cloud's constantly like. He's in the center.
But they don't show him when he's up there.
No, they don't. They don't even show like his lower torso. They just show her from like her backside, just sinking into
that. Or he like knew like that. It became like
no, because when she's falling, it's like clearly there's not. It's like he threw her right in the fucking middle of the ocean.
Yeah, well, he was strong enough to pull up Tifa with one arm with this super skinny arm.
Also, he's really strong because that bitch sank like a fucking stone. You know,
for real.
He just put a bunch of rocks in her mouth. She would sink like that.
Damn.
Oh man, but yeah, one of the Ruby Weapon fights that I saw was pretty interesting, where it was just fucking with the materia in the sense that it gave him like a revive and kind of like this like last thing or like
it was a phoenix, right?
No, it was it's a specific materia.
The final attack.
It gives you a final attack, right? And what it does is that it ended up being like this weird weapon that everything that was junctioned onto it was junctioned onto these two master materias, like, or everything like followed under that two master materias. So it was final attack and then something else, and then like Knights of the Round, and then quadra magic. So what it ended up being was he would get hit, he would die, but because he had final attack, he would cast revive on himself, and then just Knights of the Round a million times. And it's just basically once all the Knights of the Rounds were done, it would go back to him and he would get killed again. And it just repeated the process. There was like no way you could kill Cloud. That's it. It was impossible.
Oh my god,
that sounds crazy.
I've always done the final attack Phoenix,
yeah.
and
I did
then
that too.
Phoenix revives everyone.
Yeah. I remember in Final Fantasy VIII, they had a weird junction system in the same way, but it was more based off their summons, right? And I ended up junctioning the summon with Squall in a way where it was the Quetzalcoatl, and I ended up junctioning him in a way where every elemental attack would give him HP. And I basically just ran through the game at that point. Once I figured that out, it was just like any boss fight, it'd be like, all right, he's ready, Inferno blow, everybody would die, and Cloud would just get all the HP, and he would just be like...
Yeah, Cloud in Final Fantasy VIII was good.
Yeah, he was loving it. Yeah, I mean Squall. I'm sorry.
No, shit.
It could be the same guy.
Yeah, kind of.
No. Everybody says that Squall was annoying and Cloud was heroic.
Really?
Yeah.
He just seemed older.
They were both the same fucking character, man.
Yeah.
I don't know like what people's differentiation was.
Well,
you know what it was?
Squall was
Squall could drive a car.
He was educated.
He had a license?
He was educated. He was in
educated.
school.
That garden was maybe a better...
Midgar.
Well, it looked like a better school than wherever the fuck anybody learned how to fight in
There was
Final
no
Fantasy
schools in Final Fantasy 7, were there?
I'm sure there were in the Shinra building. Like, I'm positive there were, but they don't show anything.
You visit all those floors. There's no school.
No, you skip a million of those floors, right?
I guess.
Yeah, you don't go from 1 to 64.
Even in Crisis Core, you only go through the same floors in Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah, and there's no classes.
Yeah, so the soldier like hangout area, the rec room was in
honestly,
like 63
Oh, that's right.
or 2
There was
or
the
1.
treadmill one.
I liked Final Fantasy 8 a lot, and I thought a lot of the concepts that they had in that game were really damn cool. Like that whole seed thing. Basically, it was a school to raise mercenaries.
Yeah.
To fight wars, which is insane. And I feel like that got so downplayed. Like that was like my favorite part of the game.
They threw it away.
They basically threw it away.
That's why I didn't like the game very much.
They could totally make a spin-off of just that whole thing and just have like some like story of like badass
And it's
mercenaries.
fucked. That entire thing is fucked right after you do that train mission. That's where everything goes.
Yeah, everything.
Because
they set
you're going
aside.
on these secret missions. It's like, oh, use these code words, so you can get on the train.
Oh,
and
yeah,
things
the
like that.
owls at midnight.
exactly.
I remember that.
It's shit like, it's cool stuff that you're doing these secret...
And before you go on the mission, make sure you pick up the Girl Next Door issue.
Yeah, and you go and fight like this war that's being fought on this other place there, and you fuck up that spider, or he fucks you.
Oh, isn't that where you you think you're saving like the president guy, but he's like a doppelganger of him, and
I don't know.
I don't know. I think your mission was to.
You have to sneak into the train, right?
I thought you were talking about the first mission. Because in the first mission, your mission was to either sabotage or protect that satellite.
You go into the satellite and you're supposed to... Yeah, I remember. And then that's
you
when
get that summon from there.
Yeah, which was Siren, right? Yeah.
Quetzalcoatl, I don't know.
It was Siren.
Montezuma's Revenge.
And he goes out and he goes, ooh.
I remember, man, like I always try to do the same thing. I think it was in 8, it was the biggest pain in the ass because I'll always try to stay like around at the beginning of the game to try to see if I can like overstock on a lot of things. And I would fight everything. I'd overstock on fires, on waters, on air, all these things. And there's this magic that guy gives you because you fight Biggs and Wedge, and then they get swept up by the big guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I forget his name, but you can get you draw Siren from him, but you can also get like Asuna. Which is it really is a nice like magic to have. And I remember I was just trying to I would draw 99 of those like. So I had everyone with draw and everyone with item and like summons, and I would do one guy with a summon, one guy drawing, just to see if I can just like get as many as I can from him, because like I would just try to have him so early in the game.
When you fight Cypher for the second time, he has that ability that gives you your limit break instantly, and I was like, what? this guy's hitting me for just a piece of shit amount. All right. I sat there
and just sucked it up.
Everybody had it, and I had Irving, I had Zell, and I had Squall, and that's it. Like once I fought the final boss, it was just like let me break. And with Irving, it was the best because you give him like that crazy fucking like that the craziest ammo you can.
Liquid ammo.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's what we would say, right? Yeah, you just press that button fast as fuck.
So fast, just licking. Yeah. He just shoots out a what is it, T-1000?
yeah.
or he just shoots out a Capri Sun.
I guess the weird part about that guy's character was that he was supposed to be a sniper, but he always walked around with a sawed-off shotgun. Like he had no sniper material whatsoever.
He had no middle ground. It was just really up close or far as fuck. So guys, I'll see you.
Fucking crazy.
Oh my god, man. One thing I was gonna go back to was that this guy has a video online on YouTube where he must have gone in to like fight Ruby up in like 2 or 3 times, and he would just reset it and reload it. But he killed him with the K-Tits instant KO thing.
Oh right,
which is awesome.
Really, you could do that?
K-Tits has his slot machine has a really rare chance. You have to make the K-Tits face.
The K-Tits face, and then you get the instant KO.
He would go in and he would get half the K-Tits face. Those two are very easy. Because you can actually you can do that Tifa slot thing where you can keep hitting square and you can slow it down, and you can kind of like anticipate it.
Do you think that was like a built-in function, or that was just like you lagging it out because of the available memory?
It's probably just like that fucking thing that gives you infinite like chocobo stamina, like holding that they fucked up. Forgot to link that function to some other shit.
No. And then there's the
fucked up.
And then the third one, it didn't abide by those rules for some reason. Like the last slot, it wouldn't you wouldn't be able to slow it down. So it was honestly just completely up to chance.
Yeah.
So he eventually got it, and then he threw the dice, and then just instantly kills him.
Yeah, he has another thing that makes you automatically get game over.
Yeah.
But there's a like in that thing they show that it there's a like a situation or a scenario that you could be in where it won't always give you game over. Like it'll come up game over, nothing will happen. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like that game is full of fucked up things, but just you don't come across it because it has to be like all fucking over the place. Yeah.
Man, that has to suck so bad. I like playing with Kate Sith in my party, but I never
even fucking play with them.
Yeah, I never used them like a mainstay. You know what I mean? It was more like just checking them out with like the op team kind of thing. But man, like I never ran into that whole game over thing, and I'm sure that if I did at the time I was playing it, I would have gotten so fucking pissed. I would have broken my controller.
What kind of a job do you think, like, if you were to kind of like separate them by jobs?
Gambler.
What kind of thing would Kate Sith fall under?
Like his style.
Like if Yuffie was like a ninja and Sid was a dragoon and Cloud was a warrior and Tifa was a monk, like what would Kate Sith like really like be?
Well, all right, what
he would be what Setzer would be.
Yeah, kind of.
Right?
Whatever Setzer
and Red 13?
What was his stuff?
I don't know. He would do all these buffs and
what
stuff.
What about Barrett?
Well, we all know what he would be.
They would give him... they would just give him that base... give him that base elemental.
Just a gun, just...
boom, boom. And then hide.
No, I was just
you had
thinking
to see
about
that thing, man. So you can see the shit on this guy's arm.
It's so bad.
It's like,
he could say anything he wants and no one's gonna care because they're looking at the fucking mess on his arm.
Yeah, they would have to crop that out. Like every time he talks, he can't lift that up.
And I think he was shirtless.
Oh. No, he had the jacket.
Did he? Yeah, it's barely anything. But he may as well
Barrett
be shirtless.
Was just shirtless at all times with that jacket. Like that was the fashion of the time. No shirt.
for the one black guy on there.
You know, in Advent Children, they give him like a fishnet shirt,
at
like,
least,
which is like
least, you know,
a little sexy.
Yeah, they put clothes on him.
You like that?
Kind of, but like they review his nipples with the fishnet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they did change him up for Advent Children because he got too much of a Mr. T.
Yeah, and this black guy is not buff at all. Like he's not. Yeah, it's not at all. Like, I mean, you know, you can't exactly get I know Cloud's not gonna look like Cloud.
No, of course not.
Not at all. I don't know why they're gonna do it because everybody's gonna look like shit.
Every time I think of Barrett, every single time, I think of. I think of the time where like and you're in the Shinra building and you have to get out of the building and you get in the car and it's literally like it has to, if I'm not mistaken, it's the girl's driving Right, like Tifa and Aerith are like the driving in the passenger seat,
Mm-hmm.
and it's Barrett with huge ass boots. Like he has a huge posture. They don't mention how tall he is. Like especially his in-game sprite. He's huge. And then right before it actually takes off, Red 13 jumps into the back of the pickup. But he's just massive. Like he's like this 10-inch action figure, and everyone else is like these.
And he has like his feet are super spread apart.
Yeah,
like if he was riding, he's really bow-legged too. Like if he was riding Odin's horse and shit. And that horse is huge, but he's just on there like constantly wearing a saddle. On that,
like his feet are constantly always facing like the outsides.
Not only does he ride Odin's horse, but he's the one walking.
And he has those huge boots.
And he completely takes up that back of a pickup truck.
Yeah, there was no room for Red 13 there. Like,
no, he was snug in there.
Those are his pants. He wore them nice and snug. But going back to the whole spirits within thing, I think that whole thing fucked it up for like companies like maybe Blizzard or like other companies to come out and try to make like a game movie kind of thing. I'm sure that if Spirits Within did really, really well, like we would have more CG game movies.
Yeah, maybe. It's just that the movie business is completely different from the game business. And it's really risky.
Yeah, I'm sure that he thought that it would be successful, and you know, it didn't end up being so. Even though he got like a great cast for voice actors.
Yeah. That stuff, like you could have all the best parts, you know, but sometimes things just don't add up.
Yeah. But did you like the movie or?
Yeah, I liked Spirits Within. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, I thought it was good too. You know,
it wasn't, you know, like what everybody wanted, which was having children. At the time, that's what everybody wanted. They wanted a Final Fantasy VII movie.
And everybody was hoping that it would be like, you know, like when I had gone into the movie, my expectations were it would be like an RPG but live action, right?
Yeah.
And none of that was present. It was very serious. It was very, you know, and I feel like a lot of people probably came in with that expectation, but did not give it the chance that it deserved. Like they weren't able to change their minds. I sat there and I enjoyed it. I was like, man, this was fucking crazy.
Yeah, it was still cool.
But then I guess a lot of people were just like, oh, you know, I'd rather just sit here and get on my phone instead of...
Yeah, I don't know. Exactly. It's weird because it was still a good movie on its own. It just wasn't, you know...
The Spirits Within?
Yeah.
I just thought it was really confusing because he had a guy who was modeled after Ben Affleck and then voiced by Alec Baldwin.
Yeah. Which is the best of both.
Right? I was always like, is this that?
I don't know. I think young...
Ben Baldwin? Or,
I think young Alec Baldwin would be the better thing. Or he could be voiced by...
Alec Affleck.
Yeah. The Shadow is the best version of Alec Baldwin that there's ever existed.
God. The Shadow knows.
The Shadow.
Yeah, he fights Genghis Khan.
Sandra... was it the main one? The main chick, Aki?
Yeah.
Was it? She was modeled after Sandra Bullock.
Really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No kidding.
I didn't know that.
And you can tell that the other guy, I forget his name, was Steve Buscemi, whatever.
But they made him look handsome.
Yeah, they did actually.
'Cause he's not a typically handsome man.
He's charming though.
No, I think he's awesome. Cool fucking guy, but he's just not good looking.
No, he's not. But I think that he gets away with that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because he's a phenomenal actor and a cool fucking guy.
I think my voice acting like recognition skills have been getting better. When I went to go watch Monsters University, I was just like, obviously it's Billy Crystal and John Goodman, but I've never seen the first one.
Oh.
So then there's the little, I forget his name, the little gecko guy who's like the bad guy in the first one.
Oh right. Yeah, that is Steve.
And that is Steve Buscemi. Yeah. But I said it, and Emily Leanne, she agrees. Like, yeah, it's the same guy. I was like, okay, cool. So then those three are completely out of the picture. But then I kept thinking, I was like, oh my god, okay, that sounds like Charlie Day, and there was Charlie Day. And then
cool. I didn't know he was in it.
One of the guys from the other houses is voiced by Nathan Fillion. I was like, awesome.
Oh, cool.
I nailed him. And then one of the professors, who's like a little dinosaur guy, he's voiced by Alfred Molina.
Oh shit.
So I was like, damn man, okay, better. The only one I couldn't get was this main the dean of the school who to me sounded like Sigourney Weaver making a British accent. Like if she could.
Who did it end up being? You don't know the name?
I don't think I looked it up.
Yeah, whatever.
But like I was actually like just like getting in tune with like that stuff since we were talking about like voice actors and like.
What's fucked me up sometimes is that there'll be somebody who is doing an impression of somebody else, like
person, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like you might think it's Patrick Stewart, but it's just somebody who's doing
imitating, doing a really good job.
Why not just get Patrick Stewart? He does fucking American. He's a regular on American Dad. I'm pretty sure he'll just fucking do it.
Also,
maybe he costs too much.
Dave Foley, you know, from like Kids in the Hall stuff.
He comes
in
on
News Radio. He voiced one of the guys, and I caught him like, boom. Okay, it's Dave Foley.
He's awesome.
I know that Dave Foley does come out a lot in a lot of different things, and every time he comes out in something, it's always like surprising to see him. You know what I mean?
No, it's cool that he's still around. I remember when he came out in that. Oh my god, what was that movie? The Sky High with like all those like the Disney movie with all the heroes or whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
He came out, and so did the other guy. I think Andy McDonald from again from Kids in the Hall, which is pretty cool.
I always hear them like on podcasts every now and then.
They're really cool. I really like.
They still do like shows and everything. It's awesome in LA.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Good shit.
No.
I remember like Dave Foley in News Radio. When they would always ask Joe Rogan to get him a soda.
What?
Like Joe Rogan would come out. I think he was like
was he credited?
Like he was like a handyman or like a janitor or something, and they would always be, "Hey Joe, go get me a soda." Like that was the thing. Every time Joe would come out, "Hey Joe, can you get me a soda?"
That was crazy.
And he would always leave and stuff. And I remember that show had like a weird cast. I forget that guy's name. But the guy from Office Space,
Which one, the main?
The you took my stapler guy.
Oh, that guy.
And he also comes out in Dodgeball and stuff. Like
yeah. I don't know his name.
He's there too. Dave Foley, Andy Dick, Joe Rogan, Phil Hartman.
Yeah.
So it was like an insane like collaboration of
imagine if he
people.
was still around. Imagine the voice work that he'd be doing.
Phil Hartman. Oh man.
For everybody.
That stupid bitch.
Ruined it for everybody, man.
Yeah, fucked it up.
With that latest Simpsons movie, who did they get for Troy McClure? If he even came out in the movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like that was his that was his voice. Like, how do you give that to someone else? Yeah, I like doing the same thing in like video games and stuff. Like if I recognize the guy, but the one voice that I just always recognize, I can play any video game. I could be like, let me grab this video game right here and let me see if it's any good. It's fucking Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop.
I can pick him out of anything. He could be trying to do the most
he
different voice, and I know
he plays Spike Spiegel all the time. The only time that he surprised me was what's this fucking game, man? Garcia Hotspur.
Oh, right.
Okay, right.
I could tell when he's trying to do like any other crazy voice. I'm like, that's him. Don't you fucking lie to me. That's you.
No, but
yeah. What was
he also does Vincent and Advent
Children,
right?
right?
So it's like,
yeah.
I forget. It wasn't it.
It was something damned or something.
Yeah, it was something damned.
I forgot. Johan knows Johan would know the name of it.
He loves that game, and that game was really good.
I never get to play it, man.
It's super fun, and everything about that game is just.
He let you
awesome.
borrow it, right?
Yeah.
Is it on PC?
No, I don't think so.
But no, like his voice is just always everywhere. I remember when you tried to get me into this anime.
Which one?
The one about the guys who are like they're in like these robotic suits and they race and they fight.
Oh, IGPX.
IGPX.
Man, that was an awesome
he came
anime
out
too.
like he came out in there, and so. But more impressively, so did Haley Joel Osment, which is awesome that he still like he does voice work outside of Kingdom Hearts.
Also, this stupid bitch, man. She was in the Fast and Furious movies.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah, Michelle Rodriguez.
You guys gotta watch the Tron show. It's so good.
I've seen
man.
it, like the one on Netflix.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah,
it's Elijah Wood. Right?
Elijah Wood and a few other people that they guest star and they actually.
Does Jeff Bridges?
He actually
do
does.
voices.
Yeah.
And Olivia Wilde, she
That's
actually
awesome.
does it too.
Yeah, she has one
which is really
episode
cool.
where she comes out. But that show has so many things. Like I don't know if the guy who directed that also like.
I like the style. It's drawn really cool.
Man, there's some scenes in that it's just so crazy that would lend really well like to a movie. But I guess since it's the cartoon, you know, they have to do it there. I don't know if it was the director who did.
Who knows what was in the script that got cut out of the actual movie?
They had to, and I feel like that was literally like some stuff that from the movie that didn't make it onto it. They put it in the cartoon, and it's just crazy. Like that whole light speed bike race. There was this one scene where they're going through the city and stuff like that, and cuts the guy off the highway, and the main character like pretty much, you know how like it's a stick. But it turns into a light cycle, so he puts it back into the stick, crashes into a building, and they show the angle from it's like from behind him. So you see him, he crashes into the building, he rolls, pushes a guy out of the way, jumps over a desk, and he gets to the other end of the building, and he does the light cycle, goes right out of the building and lands on the highway to continue doing the thing. But the way like it's done, it's just like so cinematic that it feels like they had to have taken that directly from like the storyboard of the movie or something like that. Like I don't know,
maybe, man.
but a lot of that shit is really, really good. Like that cartoon like blew my mind away. I'm hoping it gets a second season. There's a lot of like really, really cool stuff that they do in that show that it's worth watching. Like I would really suggest for you guys to sit and like watch the episodes.
I've seen like I know that there's not that many episodes. They're just like a season.
There's 19.
There's 19.
Yeah.
I've seen like probably 10 because of Danny.
Oh shit!
And one of the, oh man, I could sit here and
regale
you with stories.
But it sucks because I just heard like on a podcast. I sometimes go back and listen to like older episodes of certain podcasts because a certain person was on it, and they were talking about that Adam Sandler movie that came out. That was an obvious piece of shit. The one with this other guy in it. Oh, That's My Boy.
Oh,
do you remember that movie?
Yeah. That's the one with apparently that one got super, super bad reviews, mostly because they said that like all the comedy in that movie specifically was just like super dark, and they like people went in there expecting like a more family oriented kind of like.
Is that the one where he like hasn't seen his son in a while?
Yeah.
Like, he's getting married.
He's getting married. He
like,
shows up.
He has to invite him.
Yeah. It's real fucking. I don't know. It looked just done from the get go. Like it wasn't funny.
They said the comedy in that was like super brutal. Like it was like the most insane, like dark humor. Like that. Like
I didn't see
people.
It. No one saw it. So it doesn't matter.
They said that people went in there expecting like a whole family, like fun, like oh he shows up, crashes the whole thing, you know, redemption of the father. No, it was like some crazy dark horse, super crazy shit. Like. When I read that, I was like, "Damn, I think I want to watch this now."
but what I got from that podcast is that a friend, like a really close friend of one of the hosts, had written it, and it was another person that they had, the guest on there, they had read the script, and it was like, "Oh man, it's really good. I'm actually thinking about going to see the movie," but then they explained to him, that no, they. Adam Sandler got it, and he put it through the Adam Sandler machine, and out came this fucking movie. You don't want to go see that thing.
So it started off like had humble beginnings, and then
like apparently it was really, really good and really funny. But then they
Adam Sandler.
They got to put that Adam Sandler charm.
Happy Gilmore Productions.
Yeah,
all he does is just yell, "What are you waiting?" That's his staple, right?
Yeah.
News that should have been brought to my attention yesterday. Too bad.
But it's funny because he doesn't write any of the movies. Like he goes and picks them out, and then he doesn't direct any of the movies.
Adam?
Yeah. But he just wants to put himself and his friends in there. That's it.
Isn't that like an awesome? I guess.
So it's just like he just.
That's an awesome.
He's like the casting director.
He just picks things. All right, I want the script from this fucking asshole, and I want this other piece of shit to fucking direct it.
Oh my god, man.
Oh my god.
And pack it as tightly as humanly possible with shit.
Just put all my friends on there.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna make Grandma's Boy 2, Happy Gilmore 3.
But you didn't like Grandma's Boy? I like Grandma's Boy.
No, Grandma's Boy was funny.
I don't think he had anything to do with that one. I feel like he didn't really touch that one.
And we're gonna have what's the other one? We're gonna have Click 2.
Hey,
Grown Ups 8.
You cried at the end of Click.
And
did you?
No, I never seen it.
You never saw it?
I don't think I did.
Well, I don't know why I'm going. No, like I don't fucking care.
No,
that was very un-Alfred like.
Yeah.
What was the other one? And Billy Madison.
Yeah, who cares? Like his older movies are funny and everything, but one of his best the movie of his that I think was filmed the best. It made
Waterboy.
No, Big Daddy.
Because that's the one you watched the most.
50 First Dates.
Oh, okay.
That one, the quality of the filming and everything and all the shots, it's really, really nice. But I was watching it and I'm like, oh, it's an okay thing, but it's kind of fucking.
It's the one with Drew Barrymore?
Yeah.
I thought the movie was like super boring.
It kind of is,
man.
But
it had like quality, like production, good
yeah,
production.
like of the film and the shots and everything. It's good because the other ones are all over the place and just terrible quality. And I was thinking, why did he make this movie? Because it's set in Hawaii and everything like that. And I was thinking, you could take that whole story and just transplant it from Hawaii to anywhere else, and it still works.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you probably wanted to go on vacation. So they just fucking went to Hawaii. It's like, oh, I'll fucking make a movie while I'm here.
We'll make a movie.
We'll make a wedding singer too.
Yeah.
What about that other movie that took place in Hawaii with George Clooney? Really good movie.
The Descendants?
Yeah.
Well, One of the guys who wrote it is Nat Faxon.
I don't know.
He's been in like all sorts of movies, like the Broken Lizard movies,
Okay,
and stuff like that. And he was one of the guys who wrote it. Fucking, like that movie won Oscars and stuff. And that's awesome.
Have you seen that movie?
No, never saw it. I heard it's really fucking good.
Yeah.
I never saw it either.
You should really watch it.
There's really a lot of movies I haven't seen, man. A lot of good ones. I only see maybe medium to shit
all the time.
There's another Adam Sandler movie that that Punch Drunk Love.
I never saw it.
I don't even know what it's about.
I heard it was good though. Like that was his best acting.
What?
That Punch Drunk Love. It's just he set such a like obviously when I was younger, you know, it was like a high standard. Like, oh, Adam Sandler, he's funny. But then you grow up and he's like, oh, okay, he's decent or he's acceptable. And so it's like he's built that reputation where if you were to come up with more movies, I wouldn't.
Yeah, but that movie didn't do well. So
which movie was that?
Punch Drunk Love.
What was it about?
I can't even begin to tell
I
you
didn't see
what
it.
it was about.
I saw only maybe bits of it. But it's by a well-known director who does those sort of like, it's like an artsy sort of movie that he's in.
Okay.
Yeah. But he acted really well in it, just like if you were to put like Robin Williams or something. Like
I see.
Any like serious role that he was in, he does really well. Comedians do really well in those sort of roles because, you know,
comedy is tragedy.
Huh?
Comedy is tragedy.
That too, but like that performance that you put on while being a comedian, it lends itself a little bit. Like some of it translates into that experience translates into acting, and it works out too.
Okay, I take your word for it. I don't know.
No, that's what I hear. I listen to comedians all fucking day.
Hey, you don't have to show your credentials to me. Okay?
I'll do it.
Oh man,
How long we've been doing this? I know, man. These chairs are fucking awful.
Yeah,
it's just my buns.
Yeah, my tailbone.
Well, to the
to the glutes.
It doesn't translate well to my
the glutamates.
No.
I downloaded. Oh, by the way,
Fuck.
Before I get into that, would you watch the Warcraft movie?
Yeah, I'll fucking watch it. I don't think I'll pay for it.
No.
I'll pay for that ringtone.
Really? That's a good ringtone.
Royalties.
Royalties.
I didn't even know they were making a Warcraft movie.
Yeah, by a good fucking director too.
Who?
Duncan Jones.
He's the one who did.
The guy who did Moon.
Yeah.
And the other movie with Jake Gyllenhaal. The one where he's on a train, but he's like reliving.
Something Code or something like that.
Source Code.
Yeah,
that was a really fucking good movie. Too.
I actually saw that one. Isn't it like he's like a dead pilot and they keep using.
Yeah, they have his brain or something like that.
His body, they have it intact and they keep tapping into it and they keep putting him into that situation
because he's the only one who could have
right.
that sort of like thought pattern and
right.
Yeah, that was the twist that he's been dead the entire time. But
that was insane.
Yeah.
No, but it was cool. Like I always thought that it was cool how they had him in like they show like his plane like that's crashed and it's just it's always him like just there like in that area and they talk to him and whatever.
Yeah, it's little by little you just notice that he's just in that last spot where he ended up dying. You know, like it's fucking nuts. Like he just starts noticing little by little like his surroundings and stuff. It's crazy fucking movie, but it's really good. And Moon, I don't know if you ever saw that one.
Saw Moon.
That was really cool too.
Moon is a really really good movie. So yeah, I mean, if he's helming that project, then
he does really well with low budget and stuff.
But now he's got a high budget, and from what I read, the description that like I guess the people watching it, maybe they overreacted or anything like that, because obviously a lot of people are big fans of this series, you know. But they said that everything was perfect, that the mixture of CG to real life was blended so well.
I would follow him on Twitter, and he plays a lot of games and stuff. Yeah. He's like a big gamer, and like he's a great director and stuff. So I imagine he's trying his fucking best to make that thing.
Yeah, they said that like for everything that represents a character.
There's a lot of pressure writing on
the I guess World of Warcraft series. Like
that's David Bowie's son.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I had no idea.
Is it? Is he the one that's David Bowie's son?
I'm not too sure.
Duncan Jones? Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah, because every time I hear about him, there's always like comments saying, oh, he's got, you know, to live up to his father's, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
he's putting on those dance shoes and dancing the blues.
And that's it for me, ladies. Yeah. Damn, man. I don't know. I mean, I'm curious to see what it's about. I mean, from what they explain it, I wouldn't mind seeing it. I would actually.
Yeah. I bet it's gonna be really good.
I don't know about really good. I don't know about that story, man.
I wonder how it's gonna be. Like, I'm not like a huge like Warcraft fan, but I mean, if it's,
I don't think you're a fan at all.
Yeah, I don't think you're a fan at all.
Actually, yeah, better said. I'm not a fan at all. But I mean, a good director, like, you know, it's definitely always something good, like worth watching.
It's just gonna be weird, man, because
with
you know, like there was like a such story up until Warcraft 3, and then World of Warcraft kind of like came along, and there was like they tell you all about like people who played the game. You can talk to them all day about like the lore, and they'll be like, yeah, man, this game has so much story and this and that. And then you ask them to explain to you how much of that story they've experienced and to give you their experience with that story, and then they'll tell you about like some stupid quest line that like seems very non-impactful. Like it's like, yeah, man, because I remember doing a story for Stormwind that I had to walk out and I had to shoot.
And just because it's like something has like a lot of story and like doesn't mean it's a good story.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a shitload of.
But from everything that I gather, it's always one-offs. It's like, yeah, man, I did this story for the High King of Stormwind, and he told me that he had to go, and I had to go with him, and then we had to do these things, and you know, after we finished those things, he just said, "Hey, good job, man," and he walked away.
And he gave me a ton of shit to shut me up.
I forgot who it was that told me, but like I didn't really know too much about this, but it was remember like that Halo movie they were supposed to be like gonna make.
Well, they make it into a show.
But I heard that
I saw a couple episodes.
Is it good?
Yeah. From some Halo fan that they
I think it won an Emmy for for title direction or something. Like
wasn't
that.
it supposed to be like a web series? And then
it was a web series.
And then they brought it to
Machinima.
Netflix.
Yeah, and then they put it on Netflix because it was that good.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know, because apparently what this guy told me, which I didn't really know, like what he like how credible his like this source was, but he was like a huge Halo fan. He's like, oh yeah, the Halo movie, yeah, they had scrapped it, and anything that they had, they turned it into District 9.
Yeah, it was the same director.
Well, that guy had made a short film before, which was almost exactly like District 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's almost like he just got that thing, and then he had some money behind it. It's like, all right, I'm gonna make District 9. Yeah. But he had that whole set in Johannesburg with the alien refugees and stuff like that. They just look different,
right?
But he had it all set up already.
I wonder how much it cost him to do that.
Why did they
that movie's really low budget.
Well, I know District 9 supposedly was really low budget, but what about like his I guess like that little demo that he filmed? I wonder how much that really cost to like do, because it would be interesting to find out, considering that he did something of that scale. You know what I mean?
Oh, you know what? That brings me to, you've seen the trailer for Elysium, right?
Yeah.
I have like this weird feeling that movie's gonna be really bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. The more I see of the trailers and like, you know, chunks of the movie that I'm seeing, a lot of it seems like real cheesy and cookie cutter. And
I think this is a self-defense mechanism.
No. I think it's one of those things like he does really well with low budget, but when you get a lot of money,
yeah. But that happens to a lot of people. Huh?
Yeah, and that's a tricky thing. And I'm like, because that guy's like District 9 was incredible. I don't want that to happen, but like I can sort of see it happening, and I hope I'm wrong. But you know, like fuck, man.
I want to go see it still. I mean, it looks good.
Yeah, I'll see it. Just like
I can go see Matt Damon's tattoos.
Matt Damon.
I don't know. It's just weird because it's Matt Damon, and they kind of make him like, oh man, you're the only one who could have this robot exoskeleton and be awesome and save everybody. And then
Born Identity.
Yeah.
Well, have you seen like the extended trailer and stuff like that?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that stuff.
The reason why, like, I guess they chose him for that.
Why? I guess I didn't see that though.
Oh, because apparently he had like gotten stuck in like some radiation machine, and basically it irradiated the fuck out of him, and he only had like 3 days to live or something like that. So,
because the procedure will fucking kill you or something?
No. It was like some like crazy, like he worked in some factory and like some robot stuck him in there. Like with some
throw
shit.
him in the microwave.
Pretty much, like he was stacking it in, and the robot was like doing maintenance or something like that. And it's like, oh, this thing is filled. Boom! Like they didn't care that there was someone in there.
It's like the completely opposite reaction to the really dramatic scene in Watchmen where they have Dr. Manhattan in that chamber. It's like no one gave a fuck. No one's even around. Robot slams him into that room. Just walks away, doesn't give a fuck.
No reason behind it. It's just, I'm a robot.
Pretty much, yeah.
Doing robot things, like, don't mind me.
And basically gave him a short period of time to live. So he was looking for any which way to get to Elysium. And then it skips forward. Obviously, it's a trailer, and then it's him getting the exoskeleton suit. Yeah. And then
still, that's still like a cheap trick. It's like, he's dying, so fucking make him fuck everything up.
Obviously, they're taking the tropes to this movie. Right?
That's why, like, I feel like it's not going to be good because I could see all the tricks coming.
But doesn't that make you a better person for seeing all those things? So now
maybe,
when you write your stuff, you're like, man, you know what?
I like to be surprised.
But you got to use these techniques.
Exactly.
I gotta use this power for good.
Or for bad, whichever one you'd like.
So you got to use this power to get your ass to Elysium.
To get your ass to Mars.
And you're the only like... And you don't need a robot throwing you into some radiation.
Yeah. Just like you remember in Ultraviolet?
No.
How everybody thought it was going to be fucking super awesome.
No, I never thought that movie was going to be super awesome.
I mean, the trailer looked good. It presented it
Man.
like, okay, it's going to be one of these badass, like, chick beating the shit out of everybody movies.
To me, it was one of those things where I saw that everybody was liking it, and I was just like, I'm going to take the stance of hating it, and I was right for it.
Yeah, I knew it was from the guy who did Equilibrium. I'm like, I know this is next thing. Equilibrium was pretty
good.
cool.
That was a low budget.
But you know what? Equilibrium was an accident.
No kidding.
Of course. Because once this guy had all the money in the world, after...
yeah. But this
he makes the movie that he wanted to make.
When you have a big budget of money, like, it changes.
His true vision was a piece of shit. The thing that he settled on ended up being like a much better movie.
Right. You know what's crazy? Awesome. Since I read the comment, like I heard some of the commentary, the office areas that they had in Equilibrium, that's a subway station. That's a subway station that they kind of just like reserved, and they just added these desks and these tables.
That's cool, man.
And they gave it like a futuristic look, like, oh, okay, this is where like offices are gonna be like in the future or whatever.
That's what we gotta do.
And that pretty much that's where they filmed it. And I was like, damn, okay. And I read that the movie was like super low budget, that they used the subway station, and that they used pretty much everything that they can, like with the amount of like little bit amount of money
they spent the budget on Sean Bean.
Oh my god, they spent $500,000 to shoot him in the face in the first 10-15 minutes. Almost dog, damn it.
The only movie that he didn't die in was
Silent Hill.
Yeah, Revelations. And I saw that movie. Oh my god, I was disappointed so bad. Yeah. It felt like they were trying to make a scary movie, and they put the theme of Silent Hill to it. Nothing like the first one whatsoever.
It's cool to see visually, just because if you like Silent Hill.
It was like...
Did you watch it in 3D?
No, I saw it on Netflix.
Oh, no, the original one though. Not the... Or did you see the new one too?
I saw the new one.
He's talking about the original.
Okay.
Because all right, the original like Silent Hill, like the first half is very good. Like
yeah.
And then after that, like it gets like really cheesy and whatever. Like I felt like I always feel like this in movies, and maybe eventually, it does have to go to a change. But like the first hour of the movie, she's by herself. She's isolated. It's scary. It's creepy. They have the same angled cameras like in the game. They have the music. It's all creepy and stuff. The moment they start to add in more people to the picture, you're starting to add a more story. Now it's like a horde of these people.
Yeah,
now I'm not so scared anymore.
When you start adding more explanation and story, like things are start like you're throwing up. You're putting on this juggling act, and you keep throwing up more balls than you can
lose
handle.
That fear factor. I guess
more
for
balls
me,
than you can handle.
Because like, okay, maybe there was that crazy lady that she speaks to, and I go, okay, well, one or two people running into you on your way is fine. It's understandable. You're still on this path to find this person alone, and you're still completely alone, and anything can freaking happen to you, and you've put yourself in the footsteps of that person, but you're scared, and then
at the very least, that movie was so true to its roots. The only thing that they changed out was like the main character from the game. Instead of being Harry, it was the wife.
The wife.
I would have preferred Sean Bean in there. Like, he should have been Harry.
Yeah,
I mean, awesome.
I think that they went with the route of the wife, though, to set up for the second movie, which I'm sure that he was going to set it up to be like Silent Hill 2, where it would be James coming in. Instead, it would be Sean Bean's character or Harry coming in looking for his wife, because that would be more relatable. You get what I mean? Versus you just having another Silent Hill movie and then starting over again, trying to explain different characters.
It's hard to say, man, because that thing just seems like such a mess. And even the games are like... Well, a lot of things aren't like clearly defined, what's going on, so you can fucking do whatever you want.
They're all supposed to be one-offs, and everything is local scope. Every explanation is local scope, but the people try to like expand the scopes between each of the games, you know what I mean? And that's kind of like what fucks it up a bit. But I mean, the first movie was really, really good. I liked it. I thought it was great. I thought that every direction that they took with it was almost true to like its game roots. So obviously the small little changes and introducing the the occult people in Silent Hill 1, the occult people weren't really represented so well. It's just one, two, three people maybe at max, but the rest were just monsters and creatures and stuff like that. But of course, you can't have a movie where it's just like one guy walking.
You could.
Man.
But no one's gonna put a lot of money behind it.
Yeah.
What makes a casting director think she can get away with, or they can get away with putting Ned Stark in part 1 and then Jon Snow in part 2?
And then Ned Stark was in part 2 as well.
He was?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then does he put his arm around his his baby boy?
There's Kit Harington.
I wish that things would just spill over and he tells him like something. I didn't get a chance to tell you this.
I was gonna say something really stupid. I was gonna say that how Sean Ben, like he's his character is like he's stuck in the real world, and these people at the end they're stuck in the Silent Hill world.
Mm-hmm.
But then like he just like goes off, and then he just goes off into the what is it, the shooting scene of like the film Mama, and he's just talking to, to Jamie Lannister's character.
He just punches him in the face.
He's like, oh man, this is from Ned.
You lose your hand. Bag it.
Biggie.
He tells him that. He goes,
But did you see Revelation? No.
No.
I would not suggest it.
I saw
They start
Mama.
the movie basically showing Sean Ben's character looking at a mirror, and it's like they show the fog behind him, but he's in a regular room. And then the wife comes up to him and goes, "Listen, I gotta tell you these things specifically so that you can pitch the movie." And it's so bad.
I hate those things.
So bad.
They
like,
ham-fisted in there.
the director obviously wanted to destroy that movie. He made it to the point where it was like the scare factor was.
It wasn't the same director, right?
No,
right?
at all.
Clearly,
Not, at all. Not even the same writer. Nothing like that. No.
The writer of the original one was in jail.
Yeah.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He crashed into someone.
I think manslaughter or some crazy shit. Like that.
Oh my God.
He was actually the one of the people who wrote Pulp Fiction. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
He doesn't get a lot of credit for that though.
So yeah, the movie was written and directed by the same guy who wrote it. And one of the I'm gonna say cheesy scary things that they would do. And if you watch this, I mean, you would laugh at how like bad this was. And I don't know how he sat there, watched the final product, and went, "Yes, this is
we've struggled."
This is exactly what the
editor
needs.
is just looking over me. All right, he's gonna get to the part. He just sees it and just goes over to it. I told you. All right, guys, wrap it up.
This is true vision right here, ladies and gentlemen. It's her in the carnival, and she looks over at these fishes, and they show the fishes, and they do a close up, and it's green water, and the fish is going down now, and she's like, like it's like one of those things where it's kind of like.
But don't when fish die, they float up. They didn't tell him that.
It's true vision. You're going
I never had fish.
It's Sean Ben going up to like the director and like the story writer of the new one. He goes, "If you guys are gonna ruin this movie," and he takes off his hand of the kingpin. I'll have no part in it.
I wish.
The movie at least ends in a way where someone can salvage it, where it's Sean Bean going, "Well, I need to find my wife, so I'm not leaving Silent Hill," and that's how it kind of ends.
At that part 2, he kind of like resolved that, right? Like, or
No, well,
They went back to it. I don't know.
no,
I didn't see it.
No, he doesn't
not
get into his like
What
get in
happens?
contact
What
with
happens
his
to
wife?
Kit Harington?
Kit Harington
Dies
he
like his old pappy.
I
Back
wonder-
to the north.
does he die? Fuck, I don't remember.
Pretty
now.
sure, man.
He doesn't die, I think. They're going to kill him, and he ends up surviving with the chick. And that's when they have this whole fight between Pyramid Head and the Executioner. The Executioner was typically... Because when Pyramid came out in Silent Hill 2, it wasn't a thing. Like, it was the one-off that was James' nightmares attacking him, or representation of him.
Yeah.
And in part 3, they had the Executioner, which was some crazy monster with blade arms and like basically super cut up face and stuff like that. And it wasn't even introduced much into the story. Like, it was only shown once, and it was shown in the game to kill Harry in front of the daughter.
Yeah.
Like on top of the building, and you just see him go pretty much. And that was his only role. But in the movie, the Executioner was like this, basically Pyramid Head.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the bad guys. And then Pyramid Head was part of the good guys team. I'm not kidding you about this.
It's like in that thing in
my God, man.
one of the Alien vs Predator movies where it's for some reason the Predators team up with that black chick.
The black chick, yeah,
like a
because
buddy
she has
cop
the mark.
movie.
They put the mark in there.
Yeah, because the buddy cop movie.
Man.
I mean, I would still be frightened. Like, I feel like even at that moment, like, I still wouldn't understand the pact that we now have. Like, I still wouldn't trust the Predator, but she instantly got more comfortable with, hey, Pyramid Head, come on, let's go.
Pretty much, that's what it was. Like,
high five.
Pyramid Heads was on the good guys, and the Executioner was on the bad guys team. And then at the end of the movie, they have the whole battle between the Executioner. And
oh,
the
you fucking
Head.
serious?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like I was just thinking in my head. Yeah, and they had like a dumbass fight with a big old army of fucking assholes.
They're just running like,
and they crash into each other and stuff.
You know, like they show
like
up.
Emo Tab versus The Rock.
Yeah.
Pyramid Head shows up.
The Rock wins though every time.
And then it's actually
the People's Oval.
What's this? What's this woman's name, man? She was in the Matrix, Neo's lover.
Trinity, the girl?
Carrie-Anne Moss.
Carrie-Anne Moss.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
she was the main bad guy of the movie, and she turns into the Executioner. That's sweet. And she like gave in to like this whole demonic thing, and she turns into the Executioner. And then Pyramid Head shows up, and then this ring of fire goes around them.
And then the cage comes down, and they fight mankind.
Dana White comes out, putting out bets. He's the UFC owner.
Oh my God, man! And the foldable chairs come out.
Pretty much, that's all. That's pretty much all they needed was that cage.
You gotta give credit to Sean. Like.
All they needed was that cage and Mick Foley.
Yeah.
Oh my God, man.
Like,
John Cena didn't see me coming.
It was so bad. That movie was just the worst. Man.
Yeah, fuck. I hate
John
that
Cena
shit.
just looks like a super buff, no neck, hairless Matt Damon.
Man, like, he's gonna hear this and he's gonna come for you.
I hope so. With his medals.
Pablo told me he ran into him. He ran into him and a few other guys because they were setting up for something downtown, and
oh man,
he had to actually not help out or anything, but he ran into them in the airport, like on his routine or something like that, right?
Damn.
And he says that they are fucking huge.
Of course
like,
they are, man.
He says that, man, like he was like an ant compared to them.
But I wonder if those are actual real medals that he has, or just like like props.
Well, you stole them?
I don't know, but they're just props that he puts on to like go onto the rings and stuff. Like, he just throws them out, and I don't know.
Wait,
like if I had medals I got at home, I wouldn't keep them on. Like I would leave them.
I think that'd be actually pretty funny. Like imagine there was a comedian who just always came out with like a bunch of medals. Like,
just constantly keep them on.
But he never explains them.
Or he has the WrestleMania belt.
Yeah, that'd be awesome too.
Wait, what's this product of Nintendo or something?
Those people will beat you up, man.
Huh?
They'll beat you up.
I hope so.
You hope so?
It'll make for a
really
better, like a next
kids.
podcast.
Yeah. It'll be a tale for the kids, for you to regal.
Oh my God! So he can make a Universal Soldier 3. Or what was it like?
Yeah, I'm positive he was in that shit. I know he did those Marine movies.
There you go, the Marine. There you go. That's what it was.
That whole he was the cop. It was supposed to be like a reboot of
Universal Soldier was
and John Cena was the main character, and he was a cop,
Oh my God.
and he had to play like this game that he had to go around like doing all this stupid shit, and it was basically Die Hard 2.
Universal Soldier was what is this guy? Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh man, I fucking love that guy.
Now he's just an expendable.
Yeah.
No.
The most expendable one.
It's not in Expendables.
Yeah, he was in
Is the
Expendables
first
too.
one?
Or he was in the first one or the second one?
No.
I didn't see either one.
Steve Austin?
Yeah,
he's in one of them.
Guy, right?
I forget if he's in one or two. I could have sworn he was in
he's
one.
not there
I
as
didn't
a
see
main
either one.
character at all whatsoever.
I didn't see either one.
In part one, I'm pretty sure he was there for part one because I remember reading the
cast.
The cast. It was like it said Cruz, Lee, blah blah blah, Austin. I was like, oh okay, Austin. And what is it? The UFC fight.
It was Austin Burke.
No, I know what you're talking about.
I forgot his name.
I know what you're talking about though. I don't remember his name either.
Yeah.
But he's a very popular UFC fighter.
Yeah, and like it had all their last names on there, and I remember Austin. Like
he must have been a bad guy because in part 2 he's not there.
Who's the villain in the second one? It was Van Damme, right?
In the second one. And his name, what do you think his name was?
Van Damme?
No.
Damn man.
It was Vilan.
Villain?
Vilan.
Villain.
And it was spelled villain. But they pronounce it differently.
And he goes, "I'm coming for you, General." He actually says, "I'm gonna kick your ass." Like doesn't he say that shit? They have it on Netflix now. They have it on
What's the
Netflix
name of the
now.
fucking actor?
Raul Julia.
Raul Julia.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you like I did Raul. I wish he just said that.
I'm the
line.
reason why at the end of this film it says "in loving memory."
Exactly.
Damn it.
Gomez Adams.
He died making that film, man.
He died fighting Van Damme.
Jesus Christ. That Psycho Crusher fucked them up.
It didn't work out.
Nope, not at all.
Didn't work the way it's
That,
supposed
that
to.
terrible like like what is it? Auto respiratory like
That's what killed
Defibrillator or something.
That's exactly what killed him.
those fake lungs.
It wasn't good enough. They should just re-edit it. It's like, oh, fail.
you know why I think, and this is just me, that they gave like the role to Jean-Claude Van Damme because he could do like that crescent kick
Yeah,
at
like
the time.
he was
Like,
capable of
he
being
could do
that
the
flexible.
what's it called, the
backwards.
that backwards
flash kick?
the flash kick. 'Cause he
Yeah.
could do the flash kick. And he does it like great,
Yeah, he
like
does.
3-4
He does it
times.
awesome.
But that's it. Like, other than that, he did have the build. Like he's
No.
a
Yeah,
buff
he had
guy.
the build and
but not the American accent.
No, of course not. You know, like,
or the American citizenship.
you know, because okay, like he looked good in the
He had a
camo.
work visa.
Yeah.
He looked good in the camo like pants. He looked good in the tank top. That
But what
fake
the hell?
ass American.
What the hell
flag
was
tattoo.
up with Ryu and Ken?
I don't want to know, man. The same thing was up with Vega. I think
Hey, Honda.
their best like bet was Zangief.
Yeah, that guy is identical to fucking the real thing.
That was like, and they made him of a brute. Like they made him a little bit of a like, you know, like slow, and that was like perfect. The
Yeah,
Zangief was
that was
great.
the best casting.
I think that somebody goes, like, "Oh, yeah, you look just like Zangief. We're making this movie.
we got Zangief.
We got Zangief.
We don't
could-
need anybody else.
we can make it.
Look at him.
We can,
Walked out
we
of
can
the
have Kylie Minogue play Cammy. I'll never forget that one.
Oh, that's right.
There's too many characters in that movie to be any good, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god, and the DJ. Oh my god.
But at least they made a movie like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
And
guess.
where at the end everyone jumped and the title screen came out and everyone posed and did like the
And then they had the rap
Chung-Li
song,
thing.
right?
Oh my god.
There was always a rap song at the end of all this.
That just
In all the
reminds
90s
me
movies.
of the Simpsons thing where they go to watch Zorro, the Zorro movie,
Oh,
and Zorro
that's
comes out and he's fighting the Three Musketeers and he stabs through all of them and he picks them up with like the rapier sword, the fencing sword, and he kicks them all off of a window. And then he goes up to that's when he does the thing where he goes up to the guy and he goes into an opera house and he goes up to the top balcony and he slaps the bad guy in the face. He's like, "I challenge you to a duel. Do you accept or are you a coward?" And the guy gets around his face, "I am a coward," and he just leaves. And then he goes, "Hey everyone, congratulations to Zorro." And there's a king that was watching the opera and he throws the crown. "Behold our new king," and he throws he throws the crown at Zorro and Zorro can't reach, so he stabs it and they freeze frame it right there when the sword stabs through the crown, and then it stops, and then they cue the rap song Z to the O to the double R O.
That's how it worked, man.
It was just crazy, man. That's such like even in Ninja Turtles, man. Like
Even in Mario,
Oh
like
my
the
God.
fucking I don't even remember it, but I'm like I would put a fucking rap song at the end of that.
the thing is to the Z to the O to the double R O.
That whole shit with the king is the best, though.
Yeah, our new king.
Our new king. And he just stabs it like the crown, like
Just gives her right on up. He may as well.
it just stops right there. It's such a perfect, like obviously it's such a poetic, like perfectly like picture, like the sword stabbing the crown, and then just the credits rolling on it. Oh my god! But I remember in the end of Ninja Turtles where it's like "Cowabunga, I made another funny ha ha ha."
Fuck me, man.
Teenage Mutant Awesome Powers.
Go ninja, go ninja, go.
That's
Go
part
two.
ninja,
God, that's so
go
retarded.
ninja, go. That was Alex.
I love these costumes. Where's the professor?
I like where they fight all the teenagers in the arcade like that. The foot soldiers have a
Yeah.
fucking arcade to lure in children.
Yeah, I keep saying, Sam Rocco's in that movie. Right?
He is who does
in
he play?
Ninja Turtles 1. He's the guy that,
Oh yeah, now I fucking
at
remember.
the beginning who
Yep.
he's like, if you want cigarettes, I just got one question for you. Do you want regular or menthol? He's also the guy that says at the end where he tells Casey Jones, "Well, we're a family." Casey Jones like, "You call this and that down there family?"
I
He's
love
super
that.
young, man.
I love how the career of Casey Jones and Sam Rockwell just
That's
It just
insane.
shifted.
Yeah.
Sam Rockwell played this nobody, and he became like this awesome fucking.
Well, I don't know what this other guy did right after Casey Jones.
To be honest, I have no idea. Like,
he was removed from history.
But it's just like every time I picture Casey Jones, I picture like the actor. Or something. Like that's it. But like, here's the thing: like the April O'Neil from the first one's not the same April O'Neil from the second one. So I don't know, like what the hell she did. Like she was, Ninja Turtles. No.
I don't do sequels.
Yeah, but to be honest, like out of all like the Ninja Turtle movies, the first one probably would have to be the best one. Like, and I feel like it's dark and it's nice. You know, it's serious. Like there was like a little bit of bloodshed. You know, but in part 2 they made it more like for kids, and then part 3 it was just I don't even want to talk about it.
It was pretty much 3 ninjas. Like
the thing is, I forget what it was when the angry video gamer was interviewing he was doing like his critique on Ninja Turtles 3. He did all of it, and I saw the whole thing. And the one part that I just specifically remember was that these guys that they try to that the Ninja Turtles break into like this bad guy's house or something. I don't really remember the scene too well, but the bad guys are like, or these people, I'm not sure if they were bad guys or just their friends or something. I'm pretty sure they were bad guys, and they're like, "It's you guys, it's the Turtles," and then the Turtles are there, and they're like, "Well, who were you expecting? The Addams Family?" And he just goes off on that line for like 5 to 10 minutes. He's like, "Yeah, that's right. That's what the fuck I was expecting. The fucking Addams Family." No, I was fucking expecting the Turtles. Like, why the fuck is this line even in the movie? Like, how the fuck do they know? But like no, like that line is completely unquestionable. Like, why are you gonna even say this? Like, it's just hilarious, man. Like, I don't know. He would manage to turn that into like this huge thing.
That's awesome.
Like, he had to pause like the fucking movie.
Yeah, the entire review.
Fucking Addams Family. Yeah, I was fucking expecting the I was expecting Raul Julia. Look, we did a circle. Gomez Addams.
It all came back to the
Psycho Crush.
To the Pax by Sonica.
Oh my god, man. But yeah, that's a Street Fighter movie. I was actually tempted to watch it because it was on Netflix.
It's really funny. So
no, it's
not a bad choice.
It's really good for a laugh.
It's good for a laugh.
Mm-hmm. E Honda, they picked a Hawaiian guy.
Yeah, the fucking Hawaiian guy. I think he was in an Adam Sandler movie afterward. I think he's in 50 First Dates.
Actually, yeah, right?
Yes.
He might be, yeah.
I'm almost positive. He's like that one Hawaiian dude.
And if he's not, then you're super racist.
It just sucks that E Honda, like, you know.
Super racist.
E Honda.
Who the fuck was it that was talking about the thumper? In Twisted Metal 2, the black guy gets the fucking vehicle with the base.
In Twisted Metal 3, they give him the base.
Yeah, they give him the Metal 3.
Yeah, because in 2, everyone loved them because of that special. But now they discovered stereotypes or something.
No. It's connecting with the urban society.
With the urban society. Oh my god.
Look, they were just being realistic and giving him what he would already normally have.
I wonder if... Okay, was the driver always black?
Yeah.
Right? Like in Twisted Metal 2, was a black guy driving a
of
pink...
the car with the super bass?
Yeah.
He was always going to be black.
No. Like
no,
in part 2, like with the flamethrower.
In part 3 he was black.
Oh, yeah, he was black.
Because
they
always switch out drivers, that's why.
Did he come out in part 1?
I don't remember. Maybe.
I don't know.
I know that
maybe
the taxi driver was Sweet Tooth.
In part 1, there was like 10 cars. It was like Sweet Tooth, Roadkill, Yellow Jacket, Darkseid.
Yellow Jacket who became Darkseid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, wait. What the hell? Darkseid was in part 3. Now we're getting all these characters confused.
Look,
yeah, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh man, my fucking tailbone is just
Roadkill,
destroyed.
Buggy.
Yeah, I think that at this point.
Oh my god. But it's just hilarious. So,
how long have we been doing this already?
I don't know.
No idea.
Seems like it's been long enough.
Long enough.
I thought it was long enough.
My ass is telling me.
Yeah, I think that my ass is as well.
And I waited a long time.
Do you know when we started? Like what time?
I have no idea. I just remember that.
It would be nice to get an indicator.
That driving.
Someone who has a view of the computer.
I wish we had some kind of backup.
That video, the driving on salvia, where the guy goes, "You gotta make sure you take a good hit of your salvia and just hold it for at least 10 to 15 seconds, or at least until your vision begins to vibrate." And then like the seconds go off, and then he goes, like he actually starts to like.
You stupid motherfucker.
He starts to blow it out after 40 seconds, and the first thing out of his mouth is, "I waited a long time." That's such a crazy marker. Or until your vision begins to vibrate.
We'll go out with that, and that's been another episode of the OgreBox podcast.
OgreBox.
OgreBoss, my ass hurts.
Final boss podcast.
These chairs fucking awful, man.
They love you.
They're
and
like
they love
optically
me.
losing.
Yeah.
And that's
right.
peace
And that's
out
Alex
from,
talking.
Alex.
All right, see you, folks.
That's
I'm
Maui
Maui.
talking, and that's Alfred talking,
And that's what I'm talking about.
and that's what I'm talking
Wait a
about.
long time.
See you guys.